back again with another roundtable. Today is a little bit different. There have been a couple of trailers and a couple of things that have come out, but from time to time, Templar, 10, and I, we like to kind of go through like a nerd month in review, kind of like maybe a month and a half. Actually, it's been like I was listing out all the things that we've been watching, playing, that I've been watching, playing, reading, and consuming since last time we did this, and it's been like 3 months. So there's a lot. I'm going to name just like a couple of them, but yeah, we like to kind of give a couple, quick reviews on the stuff we've been playing. It's a vibes-based show. Feel free to tune in here, and we'd love to hear like the things that you're like recommending to us, because honestly, like the nerd sphere is just, I don't know, Templar, I feel like out of all of the hobby spheres in the world, the nerd sphere is the one that is built on recommendations more than anything. Would you agree, or is there something else out there that is built on recommendations more than what we do? Maybe Cars?
Yeah, maybe Cars. I think you're probably right. I hadn't considered it that way, but I think so. Yeah, so much of games. I mean, certainly just from our experience, like just hanging out in the Discord. I've been playing a couple newer games recently.
Mm-hmm.
Just so many people asking, like, "Oh, you're playing that? Like, what do you think of it? What do you think, like, this element of it? Okay, I'll check that out then. And just based on recommendations, based on that sort of thing. So certainly in our sphere, I think so. Yeah,
yeah, and I think that's to its benefit, but also to its detriment. Because things can go negative fairly quickly, which we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. We're going to talk about a game that probably was going fairly negative and hopefully got rescued a little bit by some patches and things like that. But Templar, I want to kick it off with you. Like, do you want to go categories here? Like, let's go what we're watching first. How about that? Like, kick it off. What are you watching? What have you been watching lately?
Yeah, watching is the one I've kind of have the least to say about, I guess. Mm-hmm. Most recently, we'll get to what we're reading, but we've been doing the Firm by John Grisham for the book club. Mm-hmm. And so after I finished the book, I finished it early this month. It seems like a lot of us did. I watched the movie The Firm, which I had never seen, with Tom Cruise and Gene Hackman, Gene Triplehorn, I believe, as well as his wife. Mm-hmm. And good movie. I enjoyed it. Quite a fair bit different from the book, but there was a ton of those Grisham adaptations in the early mid 90s, I feel like. And The Firm was always one I had kind of intended to see, but I never actually checked out. So enjoyed that. In terms of TV, I've kind of been looking around for something. I started rewatching The Expanse, which is a show that I like a lot. It's one of my favorite sci-fi shows of all time. I have seen it before, though, so it's, I just wasn't sure what else to watch, and I felt like watching something on TV. I think I mentioned this to you the other day, is that one thing I'm considering checking out. I don't know. I might keep watching The Expanse. It's great. I highly recommend The Expanse to anyone who hasn't seen it, as a sort of near future, fairly grounded sci-fi type of show that's not super out there. I think it's excellent. Beyond that, I think I might check out Battlestar Galactica, which I've never seen. The early 2000s, like 2005 Battlestar Galactica.
Let's go.
I've heard good things. It's not that long, right? I think it's like 4 seasons or something. It seems like it would be up my alley. So
and the 4th season is like chopped in half for whatever reason. I can't remember if that was like writer's strike or something, but it's only like half a season.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't really get a full kind of proper ending. Then it just sort of cuts off.
No, it gets an ending. Like they wrap it up, and I might have my dates wrong there. Television series. This is what I'm looking for. We want the new continuity. It was very good. There was a half a season in there, and it must have been 2009. That was the writer's strike. The second season was split in 2 halves, screened several months due to production delays caused by the Writers Guild strike. The 4th season was also split into 2 parts with a 7-month hiatus in between. Yeah, it ended. I will say that the 4th season, and I would love to do a rewatch of this with you, because like it's a great show. It really, and it does seem 100% up your alley. The 4th season gets a little weird. Like some missions are accomplished and some things happen, and you're like, what are we still doing here? they kind of like,
Correct.
you can definitely tell they were padding a little bit. Let's say that. But outside of that, it's
Okay.
very good. It is very, very good. I highly recommend it.
Nice. Yeah. So I'm thinking about starting that. But in terms of what I have been watching, The Firm, I've been watching The Expanse. Have I checked out any other movies recently? Oh, I watched Ender's Game relatively recently because we watched that. We read that for the book club in April. So a few things, but yeah, not too much.
Watching for me is I have a big list of things because we are in a season in our life right now, my wife and I, we have 3 kids. 2 of them don't live with us anymore. One of them literally just graduated college the last weekend, and the other one graduated like last year. Yeah, seriously, off the payroll. We've got 2 of them off the payroll, which is very nice.
I was cheering for them graduating, not cheering for you not having to support them anymore.
I was cheering for us getting them off the payroll. Trust me. Although she's going into the police academy in 3 weeks, so like.
Oh, hey.
It's a choose your own adventure here. Like, I'd rather.
For a parent. That's tough for a parent.
It's so tough. But my wife and I, she works some evenings, and I work some evenings, just as the nature of what we do here at the church. And but when we do have time, we'll usually end up like getting dinner, and we'll do date night or whatever. But it usually ends up us on the couch for like 2 or 3 hours, just binging a show. And we don't like binging shows that we've binged before, and so I have a decent amount of shows to run through. So the first one is Your Friends and Neighbors. Have I talked about Your Friends and Neighbors before?
I don't think so. I have checked it out a little bit just because I know it's John Hamm, but
yeah, John Hamm, and this season has Teddy from Westworld. What the heck is his name? He's in another show we just watched as well called Paradise. What the heck is his name? James Marsden. Yeah, James Marsden is in it. It's a very good show. Amanda Pete's in it. Olivia Munn's in it. It's good. Highly recommended. Season 2's out right now. Highly recommend that. Another show we just finished up season 2 of is Paradise. I talked about Paradise a while ago on the show. Paradise is a great show. There's a whole lot going on. It's surprisingly uplifting in a way that I didn't think a post-apocalyptic show could be. Sterling K. Brown is great. I really like Julianne Nicholson as well. Like, I think she does very, very good. And then James Marsden actually does a really good job in this one. For All Mankind is another one that we've just started back up. Season 5 just dropped. Season 5 is kind of slow, man. Up till this point, it's been very, very good. Seasons 1 through 4, so good. Season 5, it's a little creaky. Once it gets going, I'm like 3 or 4 episodes into it, just based on momentum alone, because it's like, all right, I got to see what's going on, and it's starting to pick up. But it was a creaky start there. Joel Kinnaman's great. It's a great show. If you've never watched this before, have you?
I watched the first episode, first 2 episodes maybe of it, but that's it. I didn't continue it.
Oh, Temp, you need to keep going with it. The Pit also just finished. My wife and I finished The Pit season 2. Very good.
They came out with season 2 of that show quick.
Yep.
Because I think season 1 just dropped at the end of last year, and then they came out with, they must have filmed them just back to back, like to drop it. But my wife and I did watch season 1 at the end of last year. We just haven't checked out season 2 because we dropped that streaming service that has it. So
okay, yeah, no, the Pit season 2, highly recommended. And then 2 shows that kind of came out of nowhere for me. One's called Rooster. Now Rooster is a Bill Lawrence. It's a feel good. So Bill Lawrence is he's the showrunner for like a billion shows you've heard of: Spin City and Ted Lasso and Scrubs, to name a few. Shrinking is another one. He just did one called Bad Monkey. He's got a definite vibe to his things. It's all kind of silly and absurd, but also very heartwarming. Rooster is that. It is silly and absurd, but also very heartwarming. Jamie Tart from Ted Lasso is in it. It's a great show. It's very Steve Carell, obviously. It is very, very funny. It is like, it's funny to the point of like, my wife, I didn't think was going to like it, and she's like, we should watch another one. No, let's keep going. I was like, yes, ma'am. Like, let's go. Absolutely. Sure. That one, and then one that we just started actually a couple nights ago, The Testaments, based on the book by Margaret Atwood, which is the continuation of A Handmaid's Tale.
Yes.
I will tell you, I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of this show. They changed a whole lot from The Handmaid's Tale and from the books, apparently, for the better. They changed for the better.
Okay.
And I do have to say, I'm kind of into this show. I didn't think I was going to be, because towards the end of, you and I both watched The Handmaid's Tale, and I think we had like the same thing of like, we're just gutting it out until the end of the show, just to try to get through it.
Yeah.
I do have to tell you though, it's not bad. Like it is. There's a couple of plot twists. There's a couple of things. The girl here is, and this is a spoiler. Well, as of where I am right now in episode 6 or whatever, the girl here theoretically should have been Nicole, who was June's wife that was born to her and Commander what's his face. It's not. She's not this girl now. Maybe she is, and maybe there's a twist later on. I don't know. But as of episode 5, she is her own girl. This girl, we think, still hasn't been revealed, but is probably June's daughter from her and Luke, which was her original biological daughter that got taken. Okay. So we don't know. But it's not a bad show. It's on Hulu. I don't know what that is for you guys up in the Great White North.
Disney Plus. It's part of Disney Plus in Canada.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Let's move to what's your and I've seen Project Hail Mary, and it's very good. Very, very good. It is.
Yeah, I want to check that once it comes out to streaming. I'll probably check it out. I've been so looking forward to seeing that one. It's the frustration of not living near a movie theater. So
I know. It's so good. It's heartwarming. I laughed. I cried. It's very, Rocky is every bit as endearing as you'd want him to be. I mean, I hope I'm not like blowing up the expectations for you. I wasn't expecting.
I've heard pretty consistently great things about it. It's a really great adaptation, and I like the book a lot. So
Yep. What have you been playing?
So I've actually been playing some newer stuff, which for me is a little unusual. I haven't played a lot of new games in recent years, but I played Mouse PI.
I just typed it into the chat or into the Google.
Or Mouse PI for Hire, excuse me, which I finished recently and really enjoyed it. I had a ton of fun with it. Boomer shooter. Whoa.
That's weird. That's not what I wanted to happen. Revert changes, please. What the heck is happening here? Why?
Inception Chino.
What the heck is happening?
Double Chinos.
Can we just go back to normal, please? Can we go back to
difficulties? There
we go. All right. Mouse PI 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, so I've been playing Mouse PI for Hire recently. I finished it recently. I was playing it, and I checked it out because it was $40 or something. Like it was like $45 or something, which for a new game that, from my understanding, wasn't like a short, like couple hour campaign. It's like a decent length campaign. And it was, I don't know exactly how many hours it took me to go through it, but a decent number of hours. And I had a ton of fun with it. I've heard some people push back on this. The labels isn't super important, but it's kind of a boomer shooter is the name that gets applied to it, which is you go into a room, you clear the enemies. It's kind of Doom-esque, at least in that formula, and if like nothing else, but in that formula, that you go into an area, clear the enemies out, you upgrade your guns. It's like 1930s, I think 30s-ish animation style with the kind of, the water hose type guns, like flopping around, and like it's a ton of fun. It's over the top. It's noir. It's cliche lines about like a girl walking into your office to give you a job about this or that. It really leans into like Pulp Fiction, not the movie, the concept of like Pulp Fiction, noir, over the top cheese puns, and just like fun shoot 'em up kind of gameplay. So it's a really interesting kind of mix, but I worked super well for me, and I had a ton of fun with it.
Awesome. What else?
And then another new game, I've been playing Pragmata. So shout out Capcom, which they're apparently killing it this year. I didn't play Resident Evil Requiem, but evidently that was quite good. And Pragmata is very good. So another game that's not super long. Like I think from where I am now, judging by how much I have left, I'll probably be around 12 hours, something in that range to finish it. which is okay. Yes, I think so.
Okay.
It's expensive because, especially I've talked about it in Canada, a new game is $79.99 plus tax. It's like $90. It's a lot of money to spend on a game. I have been really enjoying it, though. I think the relationship between Hugh and Diana, who's the little girl in the game, the AI child, is really sweet. It's quite nice and it's endearing. The combat's a lot of fun. You can see some of it on the screen there. The hacking mechanic works well. The environments are gorgeous. The game runs very well. So not a ton of complaints, really. I mean, if I have a complaint, it might be that the game ends up being a bit too short for what I would prefer. But it's an extremely well-made game. The relationship's cool. The combat's cool. The different weapons are interesting. The premise of what you're kind of exploring and what's going on in the world, the setting is also very interesting. So, yeah, it's a great game.
Okay.
I've really been enjoying it. A lot of fun and good story so far. I'll be curious to see where it lands, but the story I've been pretty locked in on it up until now.
That right there is terrifying. Like that very is an Attack on Titan.
Yes,
terrifying.
Yes,
looking
the giant baby robot thing. Yes, it's creepy for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's been a great game. Some of the enemies are kind of weird.
Yeah,
in terms of how they look, but yeah, the environments are really cool. It's great.
Awesome.
No,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't have a ton of it's just really well made. Good relationship dynamics, good combat. The hacking is cool. You can upgrade your base area. That's well done. Works and is pretty neat how some of the different upgrades you can get. I like that system a lot. I even don't mind the there's a trial system where you go through and do challenges to unlock different stuff. And I don't usually like those in games. And even that system I think is pretty well implemented and I actually kind of like it. So for me, that's fairly surprising. So yeah, I've just been playing stuff that I enjoyed recently. I think that's been quite good anyway. So
love it. Yeah, this is on my Steam wish list. I'm just waiting for it to get to a summer sale or something down to $30 or $40 and pick it up. It's
definitely worth it at that. That will definitely be worth it at that. Yeah.
Yeah. I have anything else before we clear off?
No, I don't think so. I've been debating starting BioShock up again. I reinstalled it, so I've been wanting to go back through.
OG.
And it's funny to say that, the original BioShock, and to say that I actually never finished that game.
Really?
I actually never finished BioShock. I played it. I bought it quite a bit when I was younger.
Did you get to
when it came out?
You got to the twist, right?
I got to the twist. I just never got to the very end of the game.
Okay.
And so I want to actually kind of restart it and actually go through it. It's been a long time since I played it, so I really enjoyed it. And I never played the second one. I know the second one had sort of more mixed. People were more mixed on the second one. I played Infinite and liked it a lot, and I did finish it. But yeah, I want to go back and play the first one because I think in terms of atmosphere, there are a few games that have ever done atmosphere better than the original BioShock.
Yeah, it's creepy to no end. Was Infinite? That was the one with the lighthouses, right?
Well, there is a lighthouse at the beginning of the first BioShock, but yes, lighthouses. It's like the flying city.
Yeah. That's the
and it's all very well lit. It's kind of very different from Columbia, I think it's called. It's the flying city where it's the first BioShock is like this. We see on the screen super dark, creepy. The Infinite is also creepy in terms of what's happening, but is super bright and everything's out in the sunshine and well lit, and it's a very different vibe.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. BioShock 2 kind of sucked, but BioShock 1 this is one of my all-time favorite games. The fact that you could just electrocute the water and electrocute anybody that was in the water is just a dope power.
The plasmids are really cool.
Yeah. For me, I've got two games that I've been playing. Finished a little game called Pacopia. I got a Switch 2. We've talked about it on this show. I got a Switch 2 for a ridiculous price. And then we took a overseas trip and I mainlined Pacopia basically for 10 or 15 hours on that trip. And got everything that I wanted to out of it. I think it's a fun game. I don't think it's something I'm going to return to. It was perfect. It was a perfect time and place for me. And I'm going to play it with my 16-year-old because he's got a Switch 1 and I've got a Switch 2 and we just want to do the thing. But outside of that, it's fine. I think it's good for what it is. It was endearing. it doesn't have a whole lot of replayability for me. And I'm not huge into Minecraft. I'm not huge into, they're fun, but like, I'm not going to go back and play them because I like to play those games with friends, and Pocopia I'm not playing with friends. So,
Sure.
But the other one is a little game, perhaps you've heard of it. It's called Crimson Desert.
I've heard of it. Yes. Have debated stepping into the world of Crimson Desert myself, although I have not done that yet.
It is a game that I simultaneously loathe and love all at the same time. Like, there are moments in this game I'm like, what the flip are we doing here? And then there are moments I'm like, this is amazing. Like, this is the best game I've ever played. And there's a lot in between. There's like some really just key like things. Why are there travel? Like, the story kind of sucks until you get to a later part. And like, you know, there's just some of the mechanics are a little fumbly, but like once you get it dialed in and once you get the feeling of it, to me, it felt like playing The Witcher. I know you didn't do The Witcher, but like Red Dead took a minute. It took a couple hours before you really got the controls dialed in, so you weren't just punching your horse every time you tried to get on your horse, right? Like, that was an actual thing. Or you're punching out people when you're trying to talk to them. Like, that's an actual thing that like you need to figure out in this game, like certain button combinations and things. But once you do, man, it works and it makes sense. I do liken this to the fact that I have a Western mind and this is an Eastern developer. And like, I really do think there's a translation layer there, not vocal translation, but like game mechanics translation, that once you figure out, it totally makes sense. It totally makes sense why my attacks are here and here, and why I have to on shoulder and trigger, and why I have to do. People were freaking out like, oh my gosh, you have to hit right bumper and right trigger to do some of these moves. Like, it's fine. Like, your fingers are not going to fall off. You can do it. And if you do that, that then frees up your thumb to do like something else, like to do a jump or to do like there's like the combat in this game. Like, you can do swords and shields. You can do bows. You can do straight up just like judo moves, just like drop kicks and clotheslines, and you can arm wrestle dudes. You can throw bears. Like, you can, it's crazy. It is a crazy game. Is it worth $60? Probably, because I think it's the game you're going to play forever, because there is so much of it. Like, there is just so much of this game. Minor gripes aside, like, highly, I give it probably a 7 or an 8 out of 10, and it's probably going to go up the more hours I put into it. I'm like 15 hours into this game, and I feel like I've done nothing. Like, absolutely, like, I feel like I've just gotten out of the tutorial. Like, this thing you're seeing, like building the house, haven't even figured that. Like, haven't even seen this yet. 15 hours in the game, haven't even seen building a house yet. I know there's like you can trade on the stock market, haven't even gotten to that yet. Like, there's just all sorts of stuff going on.
It's just kind of everything. Yeah,
it's the game, right? Like, this was the closest thing that you could get to an MMO in a single player game, and like, I'm totally here for it. So Crimson Desert, 2 thumbs up from Chino Mage. Let's move to what we're reading here as we kind of get through. I will tell you, today is Dungeon Crawler Carl Day here in the United States.
Yes, I saw that. I went to a bookstore today, actually, and I had forgot that the new one was coming out.
Parade of Horribles downloaded. I got the notification in my Amazon that my pre-order had gone through, and it was downloaded to my Kindle. And after we get done with this and the worship team meeting after this, I will be opening up a Parade of Horribles. So, Temp, what have you been reading over these last couple months here?
Couple months, quite a bit. Last month, not a ton. I started the year out pretty hot. I was reading a lot. Read through like 16 books in the Gaunt's Ghost series, which is a 40K series, military sci-fi series. Had a ton of fun with that. Really enjoyed the relationships there. I think it was one of the earliest. Gaunt's Ghost might have been the earliest Black Library book, or one of the first ones.
Okay.
And now there's like 400 or 500 books in the 40K library. Like, there's so many of them.
What the heck, dude?
There's like, there might be 5. I think there's over 400 for sure. It might be over 500 at this point. There's just so many books in it. So like one series alone, which is the Horus Heresy series, is like 50 plus books.
Good night.
Just one series. So yeah, so I was reading Gaunt's Ghost, and then I read a bunch of 40K after that. I read a couple Black Templar books. I read Hell's Reach, and then a few from that. And then I read a few Carcharodon's books, which are the space sharks. Enjoyed that. So I had a good time, read a bunch of things there. More recently, I've only really been reading our book club books and then maybe a couple things here and there. There's a couple. So I'm still on pace for my reading goal for the year, but I have definitely slowed down a lot. So last couple months, I mean, we read Brave New World in January. We read Catch-22 in February, Mistborn in March. April was Ender's Game. May is The Firm, which I've finished. We talked about, and we'll be having a full episode dedicated to that at the end of the month. And so currently I decided to go back to Mistborn, and I'm reading Mistborn book 2 first. Well of Ascension. So Mistborn 2, like in the first trilogy, Well of Ascension, I'm about, 35-40% of my way through that. So enjoying it. Things are starting to happen. It's been a lot of setup so far, but things are starting to kind of move. And so, been enjoying that. I don't know if I'll jump right into Hero of Ages. I might take a bit of a break, read some other stuff. We're reading all the Light We Cannot See in June for the book club. And I forgot about Dungeon Crawler Carl, so I'll probably read that after Mistborn 2. I'll probably go and read that because I binged that whole series last year. I flew through it, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. So yeah.
I need to read. I'm probably going to go do like a last 20 or 30 pages of book 7 before I dive into book 8 tonight, just to catch up. Like, I think I remember, but I know Carl had like long hair, and like some stuff happened in 7 that I kind of got towards the end of 7. Anything else you've been reading?
No, here and there, like just 40K books or some random stuff that I've kind of sprinkled in. But after my initial kind of blitz reading a ton, it's been a little bit less. So this month, read The Firm. Now I'm reading Mistborn 2. I'll read Dungeon Crawler Carl next. And then I'm not sure what will be. Maybe I'll read something else before June, but we'll see.
Okay.
So, yeah.
For me, Dungeon Crawler Carl, like I said, The Firm. I've also been heavily into, I keep talking about it, but the Codex Alera series. I just read Captain's Fury, and then I'm currently in, it's not Academ's Fury, it is Princeps Fury.
Oh, that's true. There was a novella that just came out in the Dresden Files, set after the most recent book. So, that's true. I did read that because I've talked about Dresden a bunch on the show. I read 12 Months, which came out back in February, March, maybe. I read the most recent Dresden book, which was very different but very good. And then he just released a novella like last week or a week and a half ago that I also read. So,
okay.
Speaking of Jim Butcher.
Yeah, I know Codex has been done for many years now, but I just picked up about maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, started binging through Codex Alera. Like, it's been my palate cleanser between other books. They're easy. Sure. There's a lot going on there, but if the magic system is really cool. There's always seems to be a lot of like fighting in a good way, not like just fighting for fighting's sake, but it's good. He's good. Like, he's a good author, man. Like, he's a solid, gets the job done, as Templar says, type of author. Codex, the Academ's Fury was fine. Captain's Fury was actually really good. Like, I was surprised how good it was. Princeps Fury has started off a little slow. Maybe I'm just a little tired. Like, maybe I need to take a break because this is the 5th out of the 6th book. Maybe I need to take a break and go do Wizard of Earthsea, or I'm thinking of doing like an Ursula Le Guin thing, because I'm really itching to find some of that stuff. Did you ever read The Gentleman, the Inglorious Gentlemen, Unholy Bastard Gentlemen Bastards? Was that what they were?
Oh, Gentlemen Bastards, The Lies of Locke Lamora.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah. Did you ever read any of that?
No, it's unfinished, and from the sounds of it, it's been it's another series where they've been waiting on the next book for a long time at this point, and I've started a decent number of series that are unfinished, and I just don't know how many of those series I want to stack up. I have heard you can read the first one, Lies of Locke Lamora, as kind of a standalone.
You can.
So, but I've heard consistently excellent things about it. So I haven't read it, but I've heard it consistently praised. So. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a bad option.
I think I'm going to dive into Wizard of Earthsea because this entire Earthsea has like, it has been, I've never read it before, and I know it has infiltrated a lot of Lies of Locke Lamora and a lot of like the other unfinished series that I have always talked about with Rothfuss, Old Man's Name of there it is.
Name of the Wind,
yeah. Name of the Wind, is that what it is?
The Name of the Wind, I think, is the first book. I don't know what the series is called.
Right. Kingkiller Chronicles. Name of the Wind, Wise Man's Fear. Like, they're great books, and I know they were kind of. I know he was highly influenced by Legan, that type of thing. I think I'm going to dive into that. I don't know.
Dresden Files.
You keep pushing it, and like it's still sitting there. Here's my thing with the Dresden Files. Okay.
Here's your thing.
I think Jim Butcher. I'm afraid I'm going to get tired of his writing style. Let's put it that way. Like I think I need to take some time off.
That's fair. We'll throw some Le Guin in there and then come back to old Jim.
maybe we could throw I don't know, Dune. Like I'll throw Dune in there, something like that, to try to get Dune Messiah out of the way.
God bless.
Yeah, and I'm not doing that. Anything that we're missing here that we've watched? That any other things that you've been kind of consuming and putting into your eye holes and your ear holes? That's kind of gross.
Don't love that.
Nope.
No, not really. I think we covered pretty much all of it.
Here's the thing. Coming up is a summer at Lux where our lead pastor is gonna be on sabbatical. Templar and I we're gonna wrest control of the server away from everybody, and I think we're just gonna turn it into a big giant book series server.
Sure.
Sprinkled with probably like I figure we can get like half Warhammer 40K for you, and like half like this type of fantasy, like Ursula Le Guin. Yes, there we go. Oh,
half Stormlight, sure.
My heart. And then, the nerds can play League of Legends, and then we could just talk about books the entire time. How's that sound?
Works for me. Yeah.
Summer to remember. That's like a summer camp right there. summer camp at Lux.
Coming up in June, I don't know, it's halfway through the year. Maybe we'll have to do some 50, like halfway through the year kind of list. Best books we've read so far. Start to do a few of those types of lists for June. So
well, I do know we have a bracket coming up. Do you want to tease our bracket a little bit?
Oh, that's true. We got tons of stuff going on in June. Yes, we have a bracket going on. We are doing a best action movies of all time bracket. Putting it together was a challenge because we're doing 64, not 128.
Right.
128 is just a little unwieldy. 64, we had to cut some stuff that maybe we would have included, but I believe me when I tell you we spent a lot of time talking about what would be on the list. And
many days.
So many days of discussion and co-working in the Discord. Shout out discord.gg/Lux Digital Church. We're just hanging out over there many days. And many hours spent talking about what movies should be included in the list. So beginning of June, we're starting our bracket every week. It'll end up going a little bit past June. I think probably it'll end in the middle of July. I think how many weeks it is, but good diversity between a little bit of anime stuff, your kind of classic action stuff with your Arnold and your Stallones. You got your John Wicks, you got your like Top Gun Maverick is on there. So got a little like different kinds of action. Got a little bit of like Hong Kong Asian cinema, not as much as maybe we would have preferred to have, but constraints of the list. So yeah, looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. I think it's the first genre. I mean, I don't really count animation as a genre because we did an animation bracket. It was our first one. It's our first like genre list, which I think I'm kind of looking forward to that discussion.
Yep, same here. I think it'll elicit a lot of conversation. Even if going by what we were talking about in our co-working streams was anything that to take away, people have some very heated thoughts. I also think it's fascinating. I don't know that we did this on purpose, but we're almost doing like a summer blockbuster, summer at the movies type of thing. Popcorn, big budget action flicks, Independence Day, Will Smith punching an alien, a space alien, Welcome to Earth type of thing. Yep. every year, I send the same video message to everybody I know, and it's just Will Smith punching a space alien, and it's Welcome to Earth, and that's it. That's it. Every year, never gets old. Templar, anything before we close up shop here?
No, I think that's it. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
Awesome.
Book clubs continuing. All the Light We Cannot See in June. So if you're interested in joining us for that, we got some other book clubs that are to be announced. So that are going to be going on over the summer as well. It's exciting. We won't announce it here, but lots of stuff going on, and I think it's going to be a good summer. So
yeah, agreed. For Templar 10, I'm Chino Mage. We love you. Thanks for joining in. We'll see you next time.